What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here today, you guys, with another review for Ready to Love, you guys. So this is the season 8 reunion, part 1, you guys. So let me know if you guys watched last night and what you guys thought about it. It was a doozy to me. It was an interesting reunion. But yeah, you guys. Also, sorry that I am late to this live. I thought I set this thing for 11:30, but I realized I set it for 11 o'clock. So that is my bad because I was just finishing up editing another video and getting ready to upload it. So it'll be up shortly. But yeah, you guys, before we go ahead and jump into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't yet subscribed, then I'm gonna need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and also by turning on your post notifications, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and discuss Ready to Love Season 8 Reunion Part 1, shall we? All right, you guys. So the one thing I want to say about this reunion, the outfits, I was like really confused. I saw so many ball gowns, and I was just like, okay, this is interesting. But we're gonna go along with it, right? But I will say most of the people look nice. There were some of them that I was just looking at that I was just confused as to what the flying hell they had on, and one of them you can see it on the screen as we speak. Tequila. I don't know what kind of peacock cow this is, but it is hideous. And you need to tell whoever did this dress to undo it and never let it see the light of day ever again. But yeah, you guys, let's talk about this episode, shall we? Part one of the reunion. Where do we start out at? So part one of the reunion, we literally just opened up with Tommy. So Tommy was just talking about the fact that we had this season in Dallas, and he talked about the fact of his curveballs. We saw that when he made the dates for the people. We also saw it when he introduced Kat and Chris to the process. So he did ask Kat and Chris, how did they feel being added as wild cards to the process? Kat said that for her, she wishes that she would have came into the process from the beginning. Chris was a little bit nervous coming into the process. One thing I will say about Kat, she looked nice. I am so glad that Kat did not have that very, very dense wig on her head. I was so happy to not see that wig for once in this season because all season long I've been looking at Kat's wigs and I was like, ugh, the wigs, they're not giving what you think they should be given. Like, I think Kat is a beautiful girl, but the wigs, the wigs, you guys just have not been given for me. And also, you guys, I will say, if I still do sound nasally to you guys, then I am still very much so congested, and I'm still coming down from this sinus infection. It's a lot better than what it was yesterday because yesterday my sinuses were literally draining and you could hear them. So I feel a lot better today. But yeah, Cat, like I said, glad that Cat doesn't have that wig on. I'm very happy about that part. Very happy that she doesn't have the wig on. Um, so after that, we then got into Cat's package, right? So we saw a never before scene with Cat, where she was talking to Marie, and when he, ended things with Kat and decided to go with Jessica, right? We saw the date with her friend Allie, and how disastrous that was. And then we also, Tommy asked her about her connections with, both Phil and with Herbert, right? And she explained those connections. And so, Tommy asked her, well, how did we get from those two to Marie? And Tommy, I can absolutely answer that question for you. The way we got from Herbert and Phil to Marie is because it was the end of the process and Kat needed a number. Like let's keep it a buck. I think, like I said, I do believe Kat is a beautiful girl, and I'm not, this is no slight, no attack on Kat. But let's just be real. Kat was looking for a number, and Kat was trying to get to the end of the process. And that's just what it was. I think that's what it was for a lot of people. I do feel like that's what it was for a lot of people. I do believe that at one point, maybe Kat was interested in Phil. I do believe at one point she may have been interested in Herbert. I also know that Tommy didn't mention the fact that she was once into Marvin. Didn't mention Marvin. Didn't mention Marvin, right? And let me say this, but let me say this as well. When it comes down to it, I don't have a problem that they, play a numbers game if they want to make it to the end, right? Because that's the name. Unfortunately, that is the name of the game. Now, I do think that Ready to Love should, look into revamping because there's some things that can be done differently with the show. Because the only way that you can make it to the end is if you make multiple connections, and I don't necessarily think that that's always a good thing. But you guys can definitely chime in and let me know what you guys think in the comments section and in the live chat as well, you guys. But so yeah, we talked about that, and we talked about her and Quentin, right? So she says at one point she and Quentin did have a connection, but it got shut down pretty early. And I was like, I think all of his connections got shut down pretty early because at one point he was connected with Lee, but we saw how that fizzled and burned. And I also feel like the reason that honestly fizzled and burned is because of, you know, Janelle. No shade, but I just think that that's part of the reason why that connection ultimately didn't work out the way that, maybe he would have liked it or anybody else would have liked it. But I definitely want to know what you guys think about that. So we move on from that scene, for them talking about Katarina. So next up was Red and Unique, you guys. Now, what I will say when it comes to Red and Unique, this whole entire scene with them, it made absolutely no sense to me. Like, ooh, excuse me, y'all. It made no sense to me from my vantage point because it feels like now, granted, I know that they filmed a reunion in June. I know that, and I know that the season filmed from in back in March. So they didn't have a lot of time in between the show's filming and the reunion filming. So I know things probably were still a little bit. There's a wasp on my patio. I know that there probably wasn't a lot of time for them to really reflect on things. So it wasn't like 6 months had passed. It was like maybe a month or two had passed. So I do get it, and I get it, but like the thought job comment. Even today, I still just don't think that comment was that detrimental to anything in his life. I just don't. And then the fact that you went and made T-shirts with the word thought job on it, it couldn't have been that bad if you then wanted to turn around and capitalize off of it. Those are my thoughts and opinions. I just don't think that it was that bad if you thought that, hey, she called me she said my job is a thought job. Well, let me go make some thought job shirts. That is capitalizing off of it. So it's not that detrimental, sir. Like, I just want to say that. So him and Unique were going back and forth at one point. Unique was like, you text me twice. He was like, I text you one time, and then I DM'd you. And I guess what he was trying to say, I guess what he said in the DM was like, whenever you want to have a conversation, we can have one. And she said that's exactly what he said. So he said, so what are you saying? She said, you just said a text message and a DM. So maybe I can't count or something like that, right? Because that's two times that you've reached out to me. And he said, this is what I said. I was like, oh my God, like what the hell is going on here? So then at one point, Unique said that, she could bring up some stuff that she's heard. And that's what I'll say right here is I hate when people do stuff like that. Oh, I heard this and this about you, but I'm not gonna say what I heard, but I heard something about you, but I'm not gonna tell you what I heard. You're bringing it up for a reason. And I hate when people do that. If you feel like you can spray me with something, go ahead and try to do it. Spray me whatever you think you got to spray me with. But then what she did was, it's something. So she said that because Quentin and Janelle both, called her out about it, right? And so she said, well, from what she's heard that he's not that active of a father in his kids' lives. And I was like, now, Unique, that was a low blow. You may not like this man from a can of paint, right? But to bring his kids up, his kids are innocent and his kids are off limits. So I did not like the fact that she went that far. I thought that was a little low and a little classless. Like, his kids, you can say anything else about him. You can talk about, you can say he's bad in business. You can say he's not a great DJ. You can say he's not a great comedian. I heard you're not a good comedian. I heard that you don't get paid that much money to even do that stuff. Stuff like that. Uh, if you have something against him that is an attack on his character in that regard, then that's fine. But to mention his kids, his ex-wife, any of that stuff, I just didn't like it, and I didn't think it was a cool thing to do. And I don't even know if she apologized for it because, like I said, I just thought it was a little. I didn't agree with it. Really, truly didn't, you guys. But I definitely want you guys to tell me what you thought. So we also found out that after filming that, he continued to go out with Janelle. He even said in this episode, in this scene, that, Janelle knows where home is. I was like, does she really? Because right now she's sitting cozied up with, with Quentin. Now I know that that could just be for the show, but yeah, doesn't look like there's anything with you guys. And all she did was laughed. So she didn't validate it or anything. No shade, but that's just what I noticed. She didn't validate you, invalidate you. She just simply laughed. I think he also said that he's gotten to know Kira and who else? Tequila. I was like, wow, no shade to Tequila, but yeah, that is a wild girl. Tequila is something else, you guys. We will talk about Tequila when we get to her. We will just definitely talk about Tequila when we get to her. So the next thing we get is the package with Jessica and Maria, you guys. And I noticed that throughout the reunion, backstage, that quite a few people were making faces when other people are out on the stage. And this could be a part of editing, right? Because I noticed at one point when Katarina was on stage and she was talking about Maria and both Quentin, the producers, and I will point this out, the producers made a point to show backstage Janelle and Jessica's faces, right? And I've said this plenty of times, you guys. With Jessica, I've told you guys this. You guys, even I think even Misha has said it as well. Jessica has RBF, you guys. She got resting bitch face. So that's what we be looking at. And she rolls her eyes. Like those, that's one thing she does. But I also noticed it on the flip side with Chris, Aries, and Katarina. When Jessica and Maria were on the stage, Chris and Aries, they made eye contact with each other and they kind of rolled their eyes as well. And I was like, what is this? And then at one point when Tommy was talking to Jessica and Maria about their connection and where they are in their relationship, and how did Jessica basically go from Chris to Maria, right? Katarina looked at Chris and he looked at her, and it was one of them eye rolling situations. I'm like, why are we doing this? Like, Chris, you might want to sit it all the way down, sir. Sit your micro minis behind self down somewhere and let like you. We can get to you later. And it's given that you were a little bit pressed. Those are my personal opinions. It was given a little bit of pressed for me, but it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. So then Tommy asked Jessica and Maria, what's the status of their relationship, right? Jessica says the status of the relationship is that they are good, that they are dating each other, right? And that's something that, if I can't confirm nor deny that, you guys, I haven't asked that question, and I probably won't ask that question because it ain't got nothing to do with me. Um, but yeah, she said that they're dating, and if they are dating, I will say congratulations to them, right? Um, Tommy says he's gonna check back in a year and see where they are. I was like, Tommy, no, you're not. But yeah, whatever. So yeah, congratulations to Jessica and Marie. So next up, you guys, we got that fool Travis. This man is a nutcase. I can see why he and Tequila like each other. They are cut from the same cloth. Two fools sitting on the stage. So we have on the stage, it is Travis, it is Sierra, it is Janelle and Kira, right? So we play the packages of Travis's time on the show. They show what Janelle said that he told her he was gonna suck on her breast. We got him telling Sierra her mama wasn't shit, and then I guess Sierra. So I guess he did tell Sierra, f her mama, because I guess Sierra said something about, I don't know if she said she couldn't eat crawfish or who taught something. It was something about crawfish that I heard him say, and I was like, wow. So he literally said like, and so he was giving the ladies an apology, but the apology, it was so lackluster because he was giving it a blanketed apology, because I don't even think he knows what he's sorry for, and I don't even think that he is sorry. Actually, scratch that. He's not sorry. He was just doing that to pacify people, and I did not like that. And so Janelle and Sierra at one point got irritated and frustrated with him, and I was like, I don't blame y'all. Like, I really truly don't. Um, hey Shayna, you said, "Hey JB, I didn't know you were going live." Yeah, I actually posted this yesterday, before the show, long before the show. See, I had planned on going live. I actually planned on doing my pre-recorded video first, but I went to sleep last night, and that pre-recorded video is probably not going to happen. So this probably going to be the only video that I do this week for Ready to Love, which is going to be this live, because I still just really don't feel all that great. But I need to go catch you guys live. Oh, you guys, also, anybody who's watching the live currently or in the playback, go subscribe to Shayna's channel, you guys. Whose channel were you guys on last night for the panel? I believe you guys were on Belle's channel. They had special guest, Brandy Yvonne. So go check them out, you guys. They do a panel every Friday after Ready to Love goes off. Also, will you guys be doing the panel for the new season that's the new series of Ready to Love with Zadi and them on there? Let me know that, because I try to join in people's lives, but Friday nights, I do so much stuff on Friday nights and I can never get to them. But I do come back to the playbacks. But yeah, you guys go check out Shayna. So yeah, Habibi, Travis, he's an idiot. He's a freaking idiot, you guys. This is the one time that I was with Janelle when she got up and walked off that stage. Now, mind you, I would have been fine with Janelle had she even popped that fool, because he was so disrespectful. And then this fool that's sitting right here beside him and is still, we'll get to her in just a minute. We're gonna get to that fool in a minute too. Okay, so y'all were on Belle's channel. We're gonna get to this fool in just a minute, because Tequila is a idiot. Period, point blank. That's all I gotta say. She's an idiot. You said thank you. Oh, you're welcome. You said so they don't want to do the spinoff. Really? You're thinking about Married to Medicine. Okay, that'll be cool. That'll be cool. That'll be cool. But yeah, I do believe that I'm going to review the spinoff. I know I probably won't do any lives for it, but I will do the spinoff just to see what it gives. So yeah. Now when Janelle walked off the stage, Travis following behind her, screaming her name, calling her name. I was with Janelle. She was telling the producers, like, please get this dude. Like, please get him. And so, we saw her talking to Herbert at one point. And then after that, we see this fool, he back on stage playing his saxophone. I was like, oh my God. He is so out of touch. He's out of touch or he is touched. He is so out of touch. And then Tequila, let's just talk about Tequila real quick. This outfit is horrendous. It looks like I said, it looks like a cow and it looks like a peacock as well. Then her wig is so fucking bad. That wig is terrible. Like it looked like she just pulled that wig out the pack and just threw it on her head. And then I don't know what this is on the bottom of her dress. I just really don't know what that is. Whoever dressed her, they need to be fired. Um, Shayna says Tequila really lost me when she said at least he's honest. She definitely lost me at that point, right? She definitely lost me at that point. So the next segment we talk about is Marvin, you guys. So with Marvin, the one thing I will say about Marvin, and I appreciate it, was the fact that Marvin was so open about who he is, what he's into, and all that stuff. I had to respect Marvin in that instance, right? And I think a lot of the ladies did as well. And I told you guys that there were some ladies that were actually interested in what he was interested in. They just didn't want to say it on camera. And it's not, I don't have a problem with that because you guys saw Unique like that stuff. Excuse me, y'all. They hung out after the show. She went to some of his shows, but they couldn't connect with each other because by that point, he was already in a relationship with his girlfriend. And so I respect that. And congratulations to him and his girlfriend. She's a very beautiful lady. I saw a picture of her when he announced that he had a girlfriend. She's very pretty. Lee said that she liked his honesty as well, but she was just turned off by the fact that he wanted to watch his partner with other people, right? If it's not for you, it's just not for you, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that fact. So after that, we started to wrap up part one of the reunion. Part one of the reunion wrapped up with these two fools that are on my screen currently. They are still connected with each other. I was with Red. The two crazy people are still connected with each other. That's not a shock. That is not a shock at all. Girl, the man told you he cheated on his ex-girlfriend because she didn't give fellatio. Like, and you still want to talk to that? That means he can't control himself. Why would you want to be with somebody like that? That just seems like lunacy to me. It just doesn't seem it seems less than smart. But I mean, I'm looking at somebody who has a wig on that, like I said, it looked like you just took it out the package and just plopped it on your head because I can literally tell that that's a wig that you have on, and that's no shade because I like wigs, but I can definitely tell that that is a wig that you are wearing, my girlfriend, my good girlfriend. Um, Shayna says Habibi said on an interview, he and Tequila are just friends. Everybody was sitting up there lying. Yeah, I do believe that. So he said that they just friends. Does she know that? Is the question. Because I mean, she still goes. Oh, never mind. They absolutely should be together because they are thrown off. They both thrown off. I don't know. He is a nutcase, and she is a loose cannon. Another thing that Tequila lost me about was the fact that she was talking about Phil. So I know at one point she said that Phil was going to come on to say, I know she said he eats coochie. I was like, okay. Then she said what really turns her off is broke energy. I was like, "Well, okay." And then she talked about the fact that he filed for bankruptcy. I was like, really, sis? Really? Then she had an attack for Janelle and Jessica. And I was like, now, if unless editing was off, Jessica and Janelle didn't say anything to her. They were just sitting there basically ignoring her. Tommy was asking the questions about Phil, and she attacked both of them. I was like, oh, okay. So she and Janelle, I guess they decided at that point that, I don't rock with her. She don't rock with me. and it is what it is, right? So we can just let it be, right? So they went backstage, and Janelle saw one of her feathers, and she said something, right? And so, Tequila said, "Yeah, my feathers everywhere." And so, and so Janelle said, "Tequila, do you want to fight me? Like, do you have what you said you had for me?" And Tequila started just throwing, knocking over tables, talking about she from Shreveport. I was like, "Girl, what the hell does that mean? That you from Shreveport?" Yes, I know I know some people from Shreveport, and I know they can be a wild, rowdy bunch, right? But not every just because you're from different places don't mean that you can fight. Like Tequila to me gives all mouth energy, and when it comes down to the hand action, I just don't see it. I really don't see it. Those are my personal opinions. But yeah, you guys, that was part one of the reunion. It was rather interesting. I will say that. It was interesting. It was interesting because of Tequila and the nutcase beside her. Because I mean, I don't know what they were on. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But it was weird. It was the weirdest thing that I've ever saw. I don't think we've ever. Wait, yes, we have. We saw Katie and then Sharice try to fight at the season at the Miami reunion. Because I was about to say, I don't know if we've ever really saw people hop up try to get at each other. It was very odd. Shanna says Tequila is a mess, but we needed her for drama. I agree with you there. I will give you that. She is a hot ass mess, a hot bed of mess. But yeah, you guys, that for me was part one of the reunion. I definitely want to know what you guys thought about it in the comment section, and in the live chat. So you guys, I'm gonna get off of here. What else do I have to do? I have to do Power Book 4 for us. That'll be up tomorrow. Oh God, Love and Marriage Huntsville. I did miss last week, but I'll be back this week, you guys. So yeah, I'll see you guys for all of that. And you guys stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I will see you guys in the next one, you guys. Bye. And also, you guys, go check out Shayna's channel. Go subscribe to her. And also go, I will in the community tab, go look in the community tab. I will put the live that they did last night that was on the Bell Perspective channel, you guys. And I will see you guys later. So have a good day, you guys. See you guys later. And also, you guys, I do believe I'm gonna go live tomorrow. If I get caught up on Love is Blind, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do episodes 1 through 4 live tomorrow. Then I'm gonna watch the other episodes that came out yesterday, do a pre-recorded video, and then we'll come back with a live. That's what I'm thinking about doing with Love is Blind. Let me know what you guys think about that, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye, guys.